Module 2.1 is the introduction to safety in the workplace. Today, safety takes on a greater role than ever before. We see frequently companies advertising how many days they have went without an injury. And we understand that injuries impact families, which impacts the business. And in addition, it also impacts the financial stability of a company. So when we look at today's competitive global workforce, profit margins are thin. People, human resources, are ever vital to the success of a company. And with today's logistics in society, accidents may result in hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage and legal fees. Injuries are lost time, lost productivity, and lost money. Insurance and workers' compensation rates paid by employers are based on the employee's record and their severity of their injuries. But the bottom line comes to every company wants what's best for their employees. And in order for their employees to thrive and prosper, they have to be safe. So in this module, we'll identify agencies that regulate safety in the workplace. And in 2.2, we'll move into safety responsibilities of the employer, various safety practices. And in 2.3, we'll discuss MSDS sheets or STS sheets now and identify hazardous material symbols. Here's a cartoon in the workforce that says they've went 4,323 days without an accident, and then someone falls off the top of a ladder while he's trying to put up the accident report number. So the irony of that is unique. When we talk about safety in the workplace, we talk about whose responsibility is it. It's everyone's responsibility. Protecting people, protecting the equipment, and protecting the product that they produce is extremely important. And so as we look at safety, there are a number of agencies that regulate safety. These are three of the primary, and then there are also state agencies on top of that. Today we'll begin talking about OSHA. Their job is to assure safety. They're the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. They're devoted to workplace safety, and they really monitor and enforce the pieces of that. NIOSH is the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, and they do a great job with education. They do not set the rules or enforce the regulations. They're just an agency that studies workplace injuries and illnesses. The EPA is the Environmental Protection Agency. They work in many facets across all manufacturing industries and develop regulations for land, air, and water. And the last agency that we'll talk about, since we are in Ohio, is the Ohio EPA. This must be as effective or as strict as the national or federal standards and cannot contradict those. But some examples of the EPA standards are labeled here, and that shows you the difference between the federal standards and where they are at the state standards. Now you're going to move into Module 1's worksheet that you'll find loaded in your class. What you're going to do in this assignment 1 is you're going to define the regulatory agencies. You're going to list the names of the major agencies, their responsibilities, what do they do, and then is there any other important information. What we've provided for you are several different agencies with the website so that you can learn more about the agency. Good luck with this assignment.